Alright folks, welcome to another beer review. Slightly better lighting, and I mean slightly, just because we've got a new light fixture, but I think I need a light shining on me so I can get picturesque picture quality. I'm not going to do that. So I'm in the middle of making an authentic bolognese sauce, and I've been on a little bit of a rabbit hole because I think Italian food, Italian cuisine is the finest in the world. It's just so satisfying, hearty and simple. But been researching a little bit because I thought I was getting really good at making like a tomato sauce which could be used in both pasta and pizza. But I've been doing it completely wrong. Like exponentially wrong by overcomplicating it, putting stuff in there that you don't need. And the key fundamental I've found is even doing the hand gestures to good Italian cooking is keep it simple. So I'm making a somewhat authentic bolognese sauce with ingredients that I had to get last minute. So if Vincenzo's plates would ever watch this channel, he would be mortified. But do you know what? I'm not throwing loads of stuff in there. I mean, Italian herbs, what the fuck is that? You know, there's not a lot of herbs used in a lot of Italian pasta dishes. So, yeah, it just makes you realise how wrong we are in both the UK and the US, specifically UK and US, when it comes to cooking Italian style food. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to let it cook for a few hours. I want to perfect, even though it's more, I think it's the Sunday sauce, because that to me just sounds wonderful. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, anyway. So I thought, while I'm doing that, I'll keep coming to it, checking on it, giving it a stir, see how it goes. And in the meantime, I thought I would shoot a beer review. So today, we're going over to Cloudwater. And I think the beer itself is called A New Beginning. But this is a 10% ABV triple IPA brewed for their 10th birthday, which is absolutely insane to me that Cloudwater are 10 years old. My God. I mean, I know I'm not technically old enough to say, God, I feel old, but fuck me, do I feel old. I mean, Human After All by Daft Punk, that album is 20 years old the day that I'm recording this. And that to me was like Daft Punk's last great album. What an album that was. And yeah, man, it just makes me, what have I done with my life in that 20 years? That's when you start overthinking things. So don't do that, because chances are you'll depress the shit out of yourself. But yeah, so this is the only one of the birthday beers that I've got. Mainly because I bought this at the same time as the triple IPA version of Putty, with the sole intention of doing maybe a live stream or a bit of a special video comparing the two. But that didn't happen. And yeah, so I know that Cloudwater are really, really good at doing triple IPAs. So I'm very much looking forward to it. Completely forgotten in between the time you buying it and recording this video what hops they've used. But we shall see. Made a weird sound before I spoke then. But yeah, Cloudwater's triple IPAs have always delivered for me. And I think it's a truly underappreciated. He's going off on one of his tangents, which he talks about every time he talks about a triple IPA. I think they're so underrated and misunderstood. I get it, you don't always necessarily want, you know, a 10% IPA, but every now and then, I mean, I can smell the beer from here. Sometimes it's just a treat, isn't it, really? Prior to this, I forgot to review, and I've bought this beer twice now, with the intention of reviewing it. Hazy from Brewgooder. I think Brewgooder, going off on the tangent, are a criminally underrated brewery. The beers that I've had from them, I've always just been satisfying and delivered, just nice and simple. But yeah, I had that, so I thought I'd move on to a triple IPA. Probably the last beer of the night, because I am in work tomorrow. Even though I think I've got a can of Wingman from Brewdog in the fridge. It's just because Bargain Booze is a 2-minute walk from my house. Don't have the best beer selection. And sometimes you even want some shitty hoppy IPAs, even though a lot of the time they taste really chemically and medicinal. Anyway, we won't talk about Brewdog. We're talking about Cloudwater. Man oh man, that looks like a wonderful, wonderful beer. Look at the hue on that. Yeah, pretty much yellow. Light captures it perfectly. Thick, juicy, head dissipated really, really quickly. Let's see what we get on the nose after a bit of a twist. Oh man. It's got what I can describe as like a powdery, pungent hop character. I know that's the most generic, nonsensical thing to ever say about a beer, but it's my head, and that's what I think. I'm getting a bit of mango in there, a bit of sherbet, a little bit of peach. There's almost like a basil or parsley sort of herbal character, without it smell like that boring herbal IPA, because it's far from that. I'm not too clued up on my herbs, because now I'm getting like an idea of sage. Yeah, it's like sage and onion stuffing. Yeah, like bruised fruit, dank, a little bit savoury. Maybe a subtle citrus element going on. I mean, I'm not going to be able to say, oh, well, I'm getting this hop or that hop, because I've never been like that. Unless the hop is blatantly there. And it's one that, because I like that hop, I pick it out a lot more. You know, the stuff like a very coconutty Sabro or a really nice indulgent Citra. Those ones that you can really identify. But I'll tell you what, there was a little bit of like an impression of booze when I first poured it in the can. But it's just, when the air's got to it, it's really nice and subtle. It's like matured within a few minutes. It's matured more in a few minutes than I've done in the last 10 years. So if that's a gauge, then you'll know exactly what that means. Anyway, it smells really, really nice actually. Getting a bit of like a green bell pepper character. Anyway, I'll stop sniffing it and I'll just get on with the drinking. Oh, track, conflicting interests. It's just because I don't have a nice sizable Cloudwater glass, because they always seem to get broken. Always. I've only got like little sort of like taster glasses, which, you know, you want a big glass of triple IPA, don't you? Anyway, cheers everyone. It's so soft and pillowy. Like, it's as if there's nothing there. But not in like a watery piss way. It's just so soft. Almost as if, without doing that action I've just done with the mouth, it just like sort of disappears and melts away. It's really, really soft. It's really, really rounded on the flavour. And then you get like a slight rising aftertaste coming through. I couldn't tell you what hops have been used in this. I really can't. So I'm not going to try and pick out. I'm just not going to do it. It's deceptively like sticky. My lips have just become really sticky. And that's not just because of self-flatulation. That's not the right word, is it? He's tried to be funny, but it's not worked. How is this 10%? I don't understand how this is 10%. I don't think Sabro's in this, but I'm getting a bit of a Bounty Bar character. The coconut flavour in Bounty Bar is probably synthetic as fuck, let's be honest. It's one of the most satisfying coconut flavours you can get. And I'm getting that, almost like a coconutty Tonka character to it. Yeah, it's weird. It's like got this sort of like vanilla shortbread biscuit character towards the back end. And it works beautifully well. It really does. Much like quintessential Italian cooking or quintessential Italian dish, there's not one domineering flavour. Everything just works beautifully in harmony, complements each other. It's probably one of the softest, easy drinking triple IPAs that I've had. I mean, aside from like after a few sips, you get that cumulative warmth and sensation going down to the pit of your stomach. But my God, you could get yourself into massive trouble with a beer like this. Sorry, my good eye was focusing on a notification that I got on my phone. I don't know, I look fucking weird sometimes. You know when I'm like uploaded a video but I've not put the thumbnail on as I'm uploading it? There's some of the most ugly pictures of me appear on those accidental thumbnails. It's beggars belief, trust me. I'm probably one of the most unattractive beer tubers. I've got nice tits though and wonderful legs, so you're the one who you wank to it, so don't judge me. Anyway, if you do, that's a big compliment. Even though the majority of my viewers are middle-aged men, but I'm not gonna, be prejudiced. Although I did join a dating app called Feeld, Feeld. Oh my God. I'm no prude by any standards, but some of the and respect to them. Listen, if you're into certain lifestyles, multiple partners, I've got so much respect. There's no judging here. People are in, but fuck me, really? At least I found out what a unicorn is, in a dating sense. Anyway, we'll move swiftly on. That's really nice. It's got a slight floral perfumey edge to it, which I'm not like 100% enjoying. But it's not nowhere near enough to distract from the rest of the beer. It's got just the right level of sweetness. It's just got the right level of bitterness. It's just, like I said, soft, rounded, a little bit tropical, slightly citrusy. You get this weird, like chocolate-covered coconut, acca, Bounty Bar element to it, but it all works beautifully. It's got like the like a almost a slightly fruity, cakey dessert character, which you don't usually get from like a very hop intensive IPA, especially a triple IPA where it's just and I don't know if this is a problematic term in 2025, but it's balls to the wall when it comes to IPA, triple IPAs. This is going to catch up on you though, trust me, you've got to get carried away with this. Beautiful, beautiful stuff though. Yeah, I've had more intensely flavoursome triple IPAs that have absolutely blown, your palate to smithereens. But, it's like, everyone has this emphasis, and I think that even though the focus has shifted slightly over the years, they clearly saw that I nearly knocked the beer out my own hand then. But, wine, and rightfully so, wine has this like overly romantic like mysticism about it, and like, oh, it's like this I own. Do you know what I mean? Someone who makes wine is sophisticated, they're hardworking, they're cultured. And there's a reason why, there's that level of love and respect for wine. But this to me is just as rounded and as complex and as like subtle and but yet bountiful as really highly regarded wine. Do you know what I mean? That's what I love about this. It's not just, a lot of the time beer's just beer, and I'm fine with that. Beer is a social lubricant. It's a way to relax. Don't depend on it too much because then that becomes a problem. But at the same time, some of the most classic rustic beers that have been brewed for hundreds of years, and then you've got a really, ever evolving industry where people are trying new things and making people think what actually is beer and stuff like that. There's a real artistry to it. I'm probably going way over the top with how I'm talking about this beer, but that's what it's mature. Do you know what I mean? Oh, it's 10% triple IPA in your face. We'll get twatted. But no, there's nothing remotely like that with this. And I've not described this beer at all. There's things I want to say, but I just can't articulate it. And that's just a common thing on the beer reviews. But that is beautiful. That is really, really beautiful. Have they a better taste in IPAs, triple IPAs? Yes. But sometimes it's not always about, oh, look at me. And, do you know what I mean? And it would have actually been really interesting, not to pit two separate breweries against each other, because I love both breweries, but it would have actually been really interesting to have this side by side with the triple IPA version. See, it's hit me already, of Putty. And I think that would have been a really interesting idea. Would have been boring because I'd have made a video about it, but it is what it is. This is lovely, and yeah, I love triple IPAs. When they're brewed like that, yes. Anyway, so that was a new beginning triple IPA, 10% ABV. It's going to catch up on you, I swear to God. But yeah, lovely, lovely stuff. A bit pricier compared to some of the other beers from the birthday release, but I don't care. I seldom like splurge on beers nowadays. I make a big beer order every now and then, but I thought, you know what, treat myself to some nice beers. And my last order from House Trembler Madness, don't think I've had a bad beer, so I've not reviewed all of them, but it is what it is. Anyway, lovely stuff. I need to stir my bolognese. And yeah, if you've tried it, let me know your thoughts, opinions down below. Stir my bolognese is not a euphemism. Anyway, cheers for watching. You all take care, stay safe. If you've tried it, let me know your thoughts, opinions down below. Go check out Cloudwater, and I've got loads of Cloudwater reviews on the channel, so if you want to watch them. I don't think anybody goes back and watches old videos of mine. I think they're just like in that stagnant part of the internet where things just exist. Anyway, cheers for watching. Take care. Stay safe. Don't know why I keep saying stay safe. Bye.